Another alarming allegation relating to former US President Donald Trump and that cache of top secret documents that were recovered in an FBI search and seizure operation at his Mar-A-Lago estate last month. The Washington Post is reporting that one of the recovered documents contained details of a foreign government's nuclear capabilities, information so secret that FBI agents at the former president's Florida estate realized that even they should not be reading the document. The foreign government in question has not been identified. We don't know if it's an ally of the United States or an enemy. In the August 8th raid, the FBI recovered more than 11,000 government documents, along with photographs. Trump and members of his inner circle remain under investigation by the Department of Justice and continue to argue that the investigation is a witch hunt. The former president's lawyer has even equated the unauthorized removal of government records from the White House with overdue library books. Joining us live today from WION's outpost in New York, our North America correspondent, Susan Tehrani, live. Susan, again, we have to ask, what on earth was Donald Trump doing with documents so secret that even Department of Justice investigators have concluded they are not authorized to read them? We still don't have any kind of convincing response to that question from the Trump team, do we?
That's absolutely right, Simon. We don't at all. But that's only if we know that this is actually accurate, because once again, we have to rely on one side, and that is our good old friend, the unnamed source that leaks to the media every now and then. And it has been going on, for some time. And regarding this Mar-A-Lago raid, it's really on a daily basis, and it comes from the Justice Department and the FBI. And it's somewhat concerning, because if in fact these allegations are true, on the one hand it's extremely concerning, because now we know what these materials are, and it's, it was in the hands, of course, of the former president. Then we have to wonder, as you mentioned, why on earth would they be there? Because they had to be, according to this anonymous source, in a very secure place that even FBI agents wouldn't have access to it. But on the other hand, it's also concerning because the DOJ and the FBI, and notably DOJ Chief Merrick Garland, made very clear that they did not want to make this case political. They did not want to put Donald Trump or any of his teams on trial or indict him before the elections, the midterms, or the presidential elections. And what this indicates, at least for Trump allies, is that Trump is being tried in the court of public opinion before, any concrete evidence. So, two sides to the story. Marco Rubio this morning was asked about it, and he raised concern about why these leaks are being made on the part of the Justice Department and the FBI, and why we're not hearing it, perhaps, officially from the DOJ, if they're so concerning.
OK, now Donald Trump did win a round this week in a court of law. A judge in Florida, and it's worth underscoring she was appointed by Donald Trump, agreed with his call for the appointment of a so-called special master to adjudicate the documents that the FBI seized from Mar-a-Lago last month. That is a decision that is being assailed by legal scholars on all sides. But in practical terms, what does it mean?
So this is a third party, basically, and now both sides, the DOJ and the Trump team, are really scrambling to come up with someone that they can agree on to be perhaps a neutral person to go through the 11,000 pieces of documents that you mentioned, to make sure that they are in line with the DOJ investigation. And it was really nothing extra taken from Mar-A-Lago, because we heard again, as I mentioned, from unmanned, unnamed sources, that there were medical records, tax records, and other documents also allegedly taken from Mar-A-Lago, and I think that was one of the main concerns from the Trump team. So they just want to make sure that, you know, whatever has been taken is related to the investigation. It's what the DOJ and the FBI were there to take. And Eileen Cannon, the judge, said that the reason we appointed this master was because my court and myself, we can't go through this 11,000 pages of documents and make this determination. This is why the special master was needed. Now, whether or not they'll come up with a special master, will the government appeal this decision? Will it go all the way to the Supreme Court? You know, those are questions that we have to wait for answers.
Cheers, Susan. Lots more action in the courts ahead. That's WION's North America correspondent Susan Tehrani live for us from New York City today.